James. I'm from North Carolina. I went to high school in a small little town called Hatfield that's currently got a whopping population of 693 people. I was also a military kid, and like most lifestyles, it has its good and bad qualities. The bad side was you could make friends, but you weren't going to keep them very long, and you were going to move, or just making them at all was hard. But I will say one of the biggest advantages of being a military kid was you got to reinvent yourself every 3 to 5 years and be a completely different person. Yeah. But around my senior year of high school, I was in this weird limbo space waiting to get to my next transition, which was going to college an hour away. So I didn't really take any interest in making any new friends, and after years of trying, I didn't even want to tempt girlfriends. I just wanted to get the hell out of Pikeville. The main reason I think that senior year sucked for me was we were the first graduating class that ever had to participate in a required senior graduation project. And to make it kind of worse, we were the only city and the only county that had to do it. Yay. So I never kept a personal journal or diary ever, but all the seniors that were graduating and doing this project did have to answer all of the exact same prompt questions, because since it was the first year, the school board wanted feedback on the effectiveness of the project. And like I said, I was over it. So tonight, my first set of entries that I'm gonna read to you guys comes from the mandatory entries from the project, as read by my English teacher, Miss Edwards. She said that the requirements for these feedback prompts were that they had to be at least half a page and be as honest as possible. Feedback prompt number 1. Describe your thoughts and feelings when you first heard that you had to do a research paper and project. When I first heard there was a project required, I wasn't very happy, to be quite honest. I thought since there were so many graduating classes across the state with very smart and talented students who didn't have to prove themselves by doing this project, I saw it as pointless and unfair. It is only a box that needs to be checked for me to graduate, and nothing more. Describe the conversation that you had with your parents when you asked them to start signing your paperwork. And if you did not speak to them, why not? When I told my parents about my project, I needed them to sign the papers, and they asked some questions about it. My parents also believe that this is a pointless project. They continued on to tell me I must complete it, because even if it is useless, I'm required to finish it. Outline the first steps that you took to begin your research. Well, the first thing I did to find information on my topic for the paper, I went to the internet. Every child in society can now find any answer to any question on the web. we were also required to have 2 book sources. I found those books by using the internet. Basically, I used the internet. What initial problems did you encounter with your research? And what steps did you take to overcome those problems? I didn't have any initial problems. The internet knows all. So it was really easy. The only real issue I had was picking the right source to use, because people's pages aren't as credited as others. So I usually would pick the page that was published by someone with a PhD. Describe the steps you took to secure your mentor and set up your interviews. My mentor is actually one of my former teachers, so I just naturally asked him. The meetings were either after or before school. It was a very non-challenging process. Now that you have completed your research paper, compare and contrast your feelings now with your initial feelings expressed in prompt 1. There really is no contrast. My feelings have not changed. This is still a pointless product. It has not improved my sense of obtaining information or writing papers for projects. I used the same method I have for years. Final feedback prompt. How do you plan to apply these skills learned in the future? I honestly hope to grow in the future, where I put extreme effort into everything and feel no regret about it. I want to be able to feel like I put myself into a project and feel more than proud of it and have no shame in presenting it. I didn't do that with this project. Because I did not take it seriously until the last second. As I am writing all of these entries 2 days before they are due, along with my whole portfolio. So, along with the required feedback prompts, they asked that we would also send thank you letters to the staff that helped our growth process. And I was told I could not write a thank you letter to the internet. So my advisor said to write a thank you letter to my English teacher. Miss Edwards, I would like to send you a letter of my appreciation for all the help you've been. This project is not one of my liking, so your help came in handy on making it easier on myself. Sincerely, James. I showed my advisor and he wrote on it and left a note. This thank you letter is sorry, and your journal entries reflect a negative attitude. So I was a good student. I just did not care about this project. I was concerned, though, with getting my yearbook signed. It was just something that was really important to me, something about having all the pages filled up. If you grew up in a small town, typically everybody knows everybody, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're popular, and I was not at all. So I was genuinely excited if anyone was willing to sign it, regardless of what it actually said, or their terrible abuse of the exclamation mark. So these next set of entries are direct quotes from my yearbook from my fellow classmates, who, unbeknownst to me, had a very, very different perception than I had for myself. James, you are possibly one of the craziest people I know. I'm glad I was the art TA. That way I could listen to all your crazy stories. And how you always doubt me when I tell you that I'm not a whore. Ha ha. I had so much fun at ACOC these past 3 years. If you don't know what ACOC means, ACOC was actually the name of my high school. If you don't believe me, I went to high school at Charles B. ACOC. You cannot make this shit up. Okay, back to the yearbook. Back to the yearbook. Jams! Okay, so we argue a lot about pointless things that don't matter in any way whatsoever. Us together makes the room 10 times louder. We keep each other laughing and we kill the sarcasm 24/7. I love how we can tell people that we're dating and they believe it without questioning. I remember Mr. Matthews trying to tell me that I was your girlfriend because I knew your bathroom cycle for every day and every class period. I hate when you blow on my arms with your hot ass air. But your amazing hugs make up for it. I love fixing your hair in a ponytail and can't wait to straighten your hair and style it myself. If I had a wiener, I'd do you up the butt. talk to you about almost everything. And you are definitely one of the greatest guy friends anyone could ever ask for. But then again, most gay guys are really good friends, so I should expect that from you. Love, Trevor. Yeah, little did I know, after reading these yearbook entries the next summer, there was some commonly held assumption at ACOG that I was gay. I guess this is why I was in the friend zone the whole time. In retrospect, this perception of me being gay may have come across to them because I was always giving advice, like boy advice, and hugs, and apparently massages. Here's some more from my besties. Hey, fag. OMG. You are super rad, and I'm super glad I met you. But I still think you are gay, Kiki. Jamesy Wamesy Poo, wow! We've gotten pretty dang flat at close this year. No one understands some of my problems like you do. You are the most funniest people I have ever met. This is a public school. You are one of my truest and bestest friends. I love how my mom loves you more than me. But that's still okay, because you give me foot massages. I miss us hanging out all the time. We have a lot of great memories together. You make me look forward to homeroom in the morning. Your hugs are amazing. You taught me lots of things, like how to bite hard. Smiley face. You're great. And no matter what happens, you will always be my husband at heart. And best friend. Forever and always, I love you, Rachel. James, having world history with you was probably the highlight of my year. Science was also great fun, with everyone always teasing you about your girl pants and always having to go pee. Well, anyways, have an awesome summer, and you must be in some of my classes next year. We found some notes that didn't even have signatures, probably from some cowards at ACOG. I hate you more than everyone else. Oh, here's a good one. Hi, James. You can go fuck yourself. Or, hey, James. There are a few random ones. James, meet up with me next year so you can prove your theory about Wonder Bread. Love, Tia. Jams. It all started back at good old Norway Middle School when I hated you. And you drove me crazy when you reminded me of a younger version of John Madden because you always had something to say. Although you really haven't changed much, and you still drive me insane from time to time. We have gotten much closer, and I love you to death. I'll never forget your head scratches and how amazing they felt. I'm glad we got together last year because that's what brought us so close. And physical science was just awesome, even though that entire class was a joke. We have drifted at times, but I know I can trust you and count on you to be there if I needed you. I'll always be here for you, and we should really hang out over the summer, considering we haven't hung out since the day we sent you home with a taco in your pocket. I love you, Jams. Don't you ever forget that, Tressa. So I hadn't had much experience with ladies at this point, as you can probably guess. So I just took being sent home with a taco in your pocket as like a euphemism for getting blue-balled or something. This yearbook entry, this last yearbook entry pretty much sums up all of the confusion and pretty much like missed opportunities of high school for me. James, hope you die over the summer. JK. But before you die, let's have sex. Love, Nancy. For some reason, they let me graduate, and I actually got the hell out of Pikeville and actually made some really, really good friends in college, and had some girlfriends, and found out what I wasn't missing. I actually got the stable life that I was looking for, and now that I'm here, I've kind of gotten to a point where I miss the ability to reinvent yourself consistently. It's probably needed for growth. I really do miss that, but I really do appreciate you guys listening. Thanks.